Hello, everyone, and a big warm welcome to Mindfulness with Kelly. If you're new, I'm so happy to have you on my channel. And if you've done a few of my sessions, I'm so happy and glad to have you back. Today, we're going to be talking about the reactive mind and the limitations of the reactive mind. And then we're going to do a mindfulness of breathing meditation for around 5 to 10 minutes. So by reactive mind is meant our ordinary everyday mind that most people use all the time, or rather, it's the mind that uses them. And I guess in extreme cases, the reactive mind functions all the time. And I guess people of this type born, live and die animals. And I know that can sound quite harsh because though possessing the human form, they are in fact not human beings at all, but living like robots or sleepwalking or slaves to their mind. And I have to say that quite strongly, because if we stay in the state of the reactive mind, at this point, seeing my YouTube video, you've really got a choice now to make a change. And all these sessions will allow you to develop more of a creative mind opposed to a reactive mind. And the reactive mind only reacts to the 5 senses. So, for example, shopping is a perfect example. So you go into the shop with only bread on your shopping list, and of course you go in the shop and you pass some crisps and you pass some chocolates, and next minute you're at the checkout and you've got the bread which you went in there for, and you've got crisps, chocolates, and a load of things that you don't need. Now that's a perfect example of the reactive mind, or how the reactive mind took over your shopping experience, or what you went to the shops for. It can also be conditioned on an object or past experiences. So there's definitely a conditional element to the reactive mind. And since it's conditioned, it can also be mechanical. And I guess an example of this is like a penny in the slot mine. So you put a penny in the mine, and then that kind of packet of crisps kind of come out. So it's kind of like a slot machine. And that's the best way you can kind of describe that mechanical mind, because we're all conditioned to where we were born, to what country we grew up in. We're conditioned to what our parents taught us. We're conditioned to schooling and what school we went to. We're conditioned with the hobbies we choose. So we've got a lot of preconditioned responses, or which creates the reactive mind. And it could also be your work. Your work can condition your thoughts and your beliefs, and it can go far beyond what we're kind of conscious of. And besides being conditioned and mechanical, the reactive mind can also be repetitive. And being repetitive, I'll give you an example of just getting older. You become slightly resistant or fearful of changes. And I guess another example for me is if you get the same bus to work every day, and you arrive at 8 o'clock, and the bus always arrives at 8 o'clock, and it's late, then there's a sense of suffering, or a sense of, well, this shouldn't happen. And then you get caught up in the stories of the proliferation of the mind. And it so easily happens with a reactive mind. So the other thing we do naturally is then we tend to blame others for our life. And that can be a classic example of the reactive mind. It's never our fault. We never take accountability for our experience. It's always someone else's fault. So when things go wrong, it's easier to blame others opposed to take that accountability for ourselves. And another quality of a reactive mind is an unaware mind. And the reactive mind can be completely unconscious, or you could be you could be sleepwalking. And I think sleepwalking is a perfect analogy to highlight kind of how dangerous the reactive mind can be. And with sleepwalking, you're kind of unconscious, and you just, it's almost like a robotic approach to life. But I think the more you practice, whether it's meditation or walking meditation or standing meditation or practicing reflections, you're able to see the reactive mind for its for the reality of our experience. You can see it for what it is. And then the next session I do, I'm going to explore the creative mind. So that will be kind of the opposite, but that's the next session. So now we're going to do the mindfulness of breathing meditation. It's going to be, around 5 to 10 minutes. So all I need you to do is have your back upright. If you're sitting on a chair and a cushion, that's absolutely fine. Or you could be laying on the floor. But just get comfortable. And when you're comfortable, just close your eyes. And I'll ring bells. So with your eyes closed, just notice having your eyes closed, is they're pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feelings just around closing your eyes. And in the next moments, there's nowhere you have to be, or there's nothing you have to do. You just be with your direct experience. So now become aware of how you feel. Check into your emotional tone. And just allow the heavy weight of the body to melt away into the floor. And as it melts away into the floor, just see if you can relax just a little bit more. And once you feel the weight of your body on the cushion or the chair, just become aware of your breathing. And just see if we can anchor our concentration on your breathing. And just following the breath all the way in and follow it all the way out. And as you anchor your attention on the breath, just notice, just scan your body and just notice if there's any tension. Or just notice the feeling tone to your experience. And if you notice any tension, just go to that area of your body and just see if you can turn towards the tension. And see if you can massage it. And see if you can relax and soften where you feel the tension just a little bit more. And if you're feeling restless or fidgety, all you have to do is just notice it and see what it feels like. And now just notice your thoughts. And your thoughts are just like cars passing by. They can't harm or hurt you in any way. And just see if you can just allow them to be there. And any thoughts that become a little bit sticky or repetitive, you can just label your thoughts and put work or partner or home. You can just label your thoughts and allow them to be there. You don't have to push them away. Just acknowledge them. And as you notice your breathing, just pick a spot. It could be where the air enters the body, or it could be the rise and the fall of your chest or your stomach. But just pay attention to one part of the breath. And just be really curious and open. Because every breath that we take is different from the last. There's never two breaths the same. So you can act like a curious scientist, kind of investigating some strange new phenomenon with openness and curiosity. And if your mind wanders off, just come back to the breath. That's what minds do. The magic moment is about coming back to the breath. It's not about getting distracted. And you can do this with kindness towards yourself. And as you become aware of the rise and fall of your stomach or your chest, as the air comes into the body, just expand your awareness to the whole of the body. So the whole of your body is breathing. And just notice what that feels like. This is completely a feeling exercise and not a thinking exercise. Okay, so now we're going to start to let go. Now we're going to slowly let go of the practice. So gently relax your efforts of focusing on the breath. And again, check back into your emotional tone. Check back into the weight of your body on the floor or the cushion. And just start to notice the sounds inside the room. And just start to notice the sounds outside your room. And as you become aware of all the sounds, just slowly start to notice the clothes on your skin and the weight of your body on the cushion or the chair. And when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes. And at this point, I really like to say you congratulate yourself for making the effort, because everything I've said about the reactive mind is naturally going to arise unless we have parts in our day that give us a little bit of space. And that space is through meditation, which we've just done. And the more you practice, even if it's for 5 minutes a day, and even if it's just standing meditation, just focusing on your breathing, it can really have profound effects on your life. And you're able to start to notice how the reactive mind, develops. And that is the first part of the awareness, which is, so exciting. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.